Warning: members of the podcast are not professional analysts and are bound to make unreasonable and uneducated claims, which should not be taken seriously.
Hey guys, this is Van from the At the 50 podcast. This is our second episode, and today we're going over our NFC predictions. So we're going to start with Patrick with the NFC East. Sorry.
All right, so for the NFC East, I'm going to start off with the Cowboys. The Cowboys ended their season last year how they usually have, with losing in the wild card. We saw the number 5 offense roll through the league with their with the support from their ranked 7th defense. But with the trade of Amari Cooper, their wide receiver core has lost one of their key weapons, and we might see a breakout year from players like CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, but it's still up for debate. This year, with the salary cap kind of being pinched for them, and this being really in my opinion, their last year to really show if they can be a playoff team, it's just kind of there in their hands. I see them going 11-6 with their floor being 9-8 and their ceiling being 14-3. I have their toss-up.
What do you personally think about like Dak Prescott? Because he's always kind of he's kind of on the hot seat. He's kind of not. He's kind of like he's good. He's a little bit inconsistent. But like, what do you think?
With that last play against the 49ers in the wild card last year, I don't know if he's going to be trusted as much with play calling anymore, but otherwise I think he's still a good quarterback. It's just with that last play.
That quarterback draw wasn't his play. He was told to do that.
He was told to do that? Was that the coaching there? I thought that was his decision as well.
Decision.
Yeah, but his handling of like the draining seconds on the clock was like
he should have handed the ball to the
absolute
referee,
lack of awareness. Yeah.
I think he just didn't know the rule. They had to hand the ball to the referee. So I think that took a lot of
You're telling me a veteran quarterback doesn't know that?
Hey,
It's Dak
I thought he was
Prescott.
like 27 or 28.
That's a veteran. Am I wrong?
That's like
All right. Anyways,
He's a
go
veteran
ahead.
That's like 4 years.
And the next, I'm looking at the Eagles. The Eagles played a playoff berth from the skin of their teeth, only to get destroyed by the Buccaneers. They had one of the worst offenses last year, ranked 30th, but with the acquisition of A.J. Brown from the Titans, we're looking to see a really dominant wide receiver core. And I think we're going to see the Eagles kind of turn around here because with the addition of Fletcher Cox in the draft, their defense is going to look scary. Wait, not Fletcher Cox. Jordan Davis is going to look like the next Fletcher Cox.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like we could see their 18th ranked defense from last year turn into a possible like top 10. I see their record going 12-5 with their floor being 9-8 and their ceiling 14-3. Basically the same as the Cowboys. I think I just messed up the math a little bit on the Cowboys one there. But I see the Eagles winning the division because I feel like this is probably one of the best. Like this is their best chance for their offense to be really dominant, and their defense is looking a lot better this year. And then I'm going to move on to the Commanders. The Commanders, I hate players on their team, but I love some players on their team.
Like Carson Wentz.
No.
Someone's
Yeah,
terrible.
I hate
He's
Carson.
a hero.
No.
Why do you hate Carson Wentz? I thought you'd love him because he's a Colts quarterback.
Shovel pass, bro.
Oh my God.
The Commanders, they've just been kind of moderate for the past couple years. They've always been kind of middle of the pack. And with the 17th ranked offense led by Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson, and they had the 25th ranked defense last year, which should have been better with the amount of talent, especially
Chase Young.
Yeah,
But he was out last season.
he
So
wasn't.
Yeah.
him returning this season should boost that defensive line a lot.
But this year they should be better. And with Carson Wentz, it is an upgrade at quarterback. They might have a bit better production in terms of passing game, but it's not going to be that much an improvement.
It honestly just depends on like Wentz's decision making. If he decides to quit with like his hero ball stuff that he does all the time, like if anybody watched Colts games last season, like
I don't think anyone did. No one cared.
well, okay, if anybody just happened to be flipping through the channels, like almost all of our games were lost on an error completely on him.
That red zone shovel pass against the Jaguars, that will haunt me.
It's
for the rest of my
and
life.
then I mean this
It's
isn't
not
to
like that cost you the game though. You guys lost by like 40.
Yeah,
I don't
I know.
actually remember the score, but I mean at that point you're just grasping at straws. I mean at least he tried to make a play.
Okay, Seahawks fan.
All right.
That's not an insult.
So I see the Commanders. I see them going 6-11, with their floor being 3-14 and their
That is
ceiling being
generous.
7-10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's generous, but I feel like with Chase Young coming back and a bit of an improvement at the quarterback position, they could do.
Oh
okay.
yeah. I mean, if he plays like a normal quarterback is supposed to
Yeah.
play, and like makes good decisions, like that's it. Like they're gonna probably hit the ceiling.
Yeah,
They could be good.
And then with the last team, for the Giants, I see them going 4-13, 4-13, with their floor being 3-14 and their ceiling being 8-9. The Giants, they've been rebuilding ever since that Super Bowl win, pretty much. With firing Joe Judge, I can guarantee Giants fans all over are super happy that he's gone. And it looks like their new addition, Brian Dable, he's been really careful to avoid the mistakes that like a lot of new head coaches make. He's completely revamped the coaching staff. They're making a lot of great offseason moves, like the additions of Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal from draft. Really, really high potential, just line players that I feel like are going to really boost both their O-line and defense.
Just to kind of, what do you think Saquon Barkley is going to be like this year? Since he's had trouble with injuries and all, but I mean, could be.
It's a pure gamble.
If we could see rookie Saquon again, like prime Saquon, I feel like this could be good.
Yeah.
But
he's
then
still
again,
young. It's just those injuries.
But then again, prime wouldn't be really a word because he's never really been in a prime kind of like
Just
stage
like
of his career yet.
We all know what season we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
all right.
And this is basically Mac Jones. Like, you either do good or you're out.
Yeah,
basically.
this is it.
This is kind of the last ride for him. But for my NFC East rankings, I see.
I don't think Mac Jones is good or out.
Who are you talking about? Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes. Yeah.
Come on, read your handwriting.
I might have had Mac Jones on there. That's my fault. But I see the NFC. I see the Eagles winning the East, and then the Cowboys following second, and Commanders in third, and the Giants, obviously at the bottom. And I see the rival rankings. I see the Eagles going 5-1 against their division opponents. The Cowboys going 4-2, and the Commanders going 2-4, and the Giants going 1-5.
All right. Well, that sounds good. I think we're ready to move on to Nico, and he's doing the West, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So I'll start off with the Seahawks.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Now, they made some good off-season trades, but then they got rid of Russell Wilson and pretty much threw away any chance of having a good season. So with Drew Lock, I don't think that they're going to be doing a whole lot. So I'm thinking they're going to go about 6-11 at best.
He remember he made a short about why the Seahawks should tank.
That will be coming out soon.
As a Seahawks fan, I want them to tank because I don't want to see Drew Lock being quarterback for multiple seasons here. But
all right.
But with the improvement on the tight end of Noah Fant, then I think that even Drew Lock will have so many good options that he'll be able to get a decent season in. But still, he's just so bad that it's not going to be enough to pull him to a winning season.
Well, didn't they name Geno Smith?
They did actually, a couple days ago. They named Geno Smith.
That's going to be pretty short-lived. I watched him play in every game, and he was horrible.
I don't agree with that, but anyways,
could be better. So.
I like Geno Smith, but go ahead.
All right. Yeah, but then the Seahawks defense, they've got really good safeties. Two of the best safety, the best safety core in the league. Not the best, but one of the best. And then the cornerbacks are kind of just there. They have a presence, but they're not really good. And then the linebackers, with the loss of Bobby Wagner because they cut him for some unknown reason.
He's old, that's why.
He's still good, though. Better than the random middle linebacker we got now, who's not very good. But our outside linebackers are pretty good.
Okay.
And then our line isn't the best, but...
I wonder why.
With Shelby Harris, then it's better than it was before. So I think they'll be fine there. But it's going to be a pretty bad season. Then to the Rams, I think they're going to go 12-5 and win the division, mainly just because I think that, well, I think a big problem is going to be that they now only have Cooper Kupp as a strong wide receiver after they lost Robert Woods and Odell Beckham Jr.
They also traded. Did they trade for, or was it free agency? They got Allen Robinson.
I think it was.
Oh, I did not see that.
I think it was. I think
was
they let
it
him
free
walk and he
agency?
signed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he signed with him. Allen Robinson is very good, but
yeah,
you
I did not see that, but that makes sense.
you don't ever like really know because he's always hailed as like this elite receiver who's just lacking a quarterback. But sometimes like guys like that, they don't really ever pan out when they get an opportunity. I personally think he will because like I like Allen Robinson, but we're just gonna have to see. I mean, Cooper Kupp is probably gonna get double and triple teamed like every play, and that,
I mean, yeah.
I mean he's
And-
gonna draw
well-
zone defenses like right to him.
Hasn't there been things that like Matthew Stafford is having like a shoulder problem?
He's
Or
got
what was that?
tendinitis in his
yeah.
elbow, I think.
Elbow.
But honestly, I think that's just like a lot of times like after a Super Bowl, after a team does really well, they like to look for like literally anything that's like, oh, they're not going to be as good. It was a fluke 1 year thing. It's just
It was.
it's not like it's Bengals fan. It's not like a level 3 stinger or something like that. It just hurts, you know.
Yeah, so they also have a strong tight end, though, with, is it T. Higbee or Tyler Higbee?
Tyler Higbee.
Tyler Higbee.
Yeah.
So he's pretty good. And then the offensive line, they lost Andrew Whitworth. That's the name, right?
Alleged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A legend.
He was really good. So I wanted to see how they will fill the hole that he left there.
Mhm.
Then their defense is just really strong as always. They lost Von Miller and added Bobby Wagner from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So I think they'll do really well at 12-5. Then on to the 49ers. They've really got Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, but and they got George Kittle, obviously. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
So they'll have a pretty good season at 12-5, but I have them finishing second in the division just because of the
Divisional records.
Yeah, the divisional
Yeah.
records.
That makes sense. I think that's a little bit of a generous record, but like you can make an argument for that. We don't know like what Trey Lance is
Yeah.
going to
We,
do.
we could see a breakout year.
I
Maybe.
think it'll really depend on how Trey Lance does this year.
I mean, he has weapons there for him, and
Yeah.
I think it's his time this season to really go off.
I mean, yeah.
Though the front office does tend to like know their players best, and they're signing Jimmy G to like one more year
And
shows that they really don't think he's gonna be the star that they hope until I guess you'd call it the 23-24 season.
I kind of like
Yeah.
them re-signing Garoppolo because it just gives that veteran QB who can sit behind and give them a game-winning drive if they need
Sure,
to.
if they need it. Not like when the Colts
But-
put in Sam Ellinger against the Titans. All
Yeah,
right,
well,
next team.
And then, also the 49ers have a really good defense, which is worth mentioning as well.
Yeah.
And then I have the Cardinals, and I think they'll go 9-8.
That's fair.
But I also made that before I knew that DeAndre Hopkins was suspended. Yeah. So I think that'll probably get a little worse. How long is he suspended for?
6
That's-
6 games. But like honestly, even with D-Hop, I think they're still a little bit
Yeah,
overrated. I don't really like Kyler Murray's quarterback play.
I don't like him
personally.
either. I don't think that.
Well, of course
I
you
know,
don't like him.
That's fair. I just don't like watching him play. It just.
I mean, he's definitely got his own style, but like I don't know. I feel like it's not sustainable. Kind of like Lamar Jackson when he first started, doing all his fancy running and stuff like that. And like next season, which was I guess last season, he didn't get shut down by any means, but like people know that's what's going to happen, and it's not like he's not scoring like every time he pulls the ball.
Yeah, so I have him going about 9-8, finishing third in the division. I think that the defense is really going to rely on Budda Baker this season to pull them because who is it that they lost? I can't remember his name. I think it's like Chandler
Did they lose
Jones.
Hassan Reddick?
Who?
Or did they lose
Hassan Reddick?
Yeah. Or do
yeah.
they still have him?
No, he's gone.
Yeah,
There's a-
so
Who did he go to? I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah.
remember either.
Was it Jags? Was it the Jaguars?
Eagles?
Eagles?
He says
Okay.
Eagles.
Okay.
actually that does
Yeah.
sound right, yeah. But yeah, so the defense is taking a step down this season, and I also don't really like the look of their offense, so I don't think they're going to do very good.
All right. Is that it?
Yep.
All right, so Pryce is doing. Actually, we had somebody else write up these picks. Big Bears fan of ours, his name's Jaden. He went and poured his heart and soul into writing predictions.
Probably
So,
cried a little.
Probably cried a
about it,
little.
but,
Just his Bears prediction, it's just abysmal, but it's probably right.
Yeah. So first you had the Minnesota Vikings, and he had them going 12-5, which, I mean, it's a bit generous.
A little
honestly.
bit.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be a year that they could do it.
I mean, they do
To be
get
honest.
2 free wins, or well, they get 4 free wins from the Lions and the Bears. So
No, the Lions are going to be
no.
good.
Lion,
This is their year.
Yeah, this is
They're going to
Lions
go
year.
over 500.
Yeah.
disagree very strongly.
But he said that they made some pretty good off-season moves, and they have a good offensive lineup, and just all around they have a well-rounded team. And with
Definitely a good running back.
Yeah, and then
Justin,
also,
Justin Jefferson is just gonna be elite.
and they still got
It's
Adam
always
Thielen
good.
as well.
But also everyone forgets about Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
Like
no,
when
yeah, like
Stephon
Thielen-
Diggs was like a lot younger, like he was still like the top dog. He's got it in him. Like that's a good receiver core.
Yeah, but with Green Bay and the rest of the division being, in his words, poverty franchise.
He hates Green Bay, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
As most Bears fans do.
Yeah, he said that the Vikings are definitely going to be number 1 in the division. Number 2, we got Green Bay. He said they're going 9-8, and he said they're still a solid team, but they're not what they used to be. I mean, especially with the major losses they've taken with
Devontae Adams.
I
Yeah.
really think it's just gonna depend on how those wide receivers do, because they're not the greatest right now, but they could surprise. Because
I mean, yeah, Alan Lazard I think is good, and I mean Robert Tonyan like also a stud, but like there's something to be said for like Aaron Rodgers has like a history of always blaming his teammates and being negative and
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
being Aaron Rodgers, and like that, like you don't want to hear like receivers like they look up to their quarterbacks, especially older guys like Rodgers who are like elite,
Storied, like yeah.
legendary
Yeah.
quarterbacks, and to hear him talking about you like that, it just
I mean, we saw that in the preseason. And Pryce here, he's doing we have a short video coming out about some sleeper players that Pryce thinks will kind of ball out this season.
Yeah.
We were looking at Sammy Watkins?
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
Hey, week 1, make sure he's in your lineup.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I definitely think he's going to make an impact there, and he's going to get some targets, definitely. But
Vikings ain't ready for him that week 1.
What's he say about good old Chicago Bears?
we're going to save them for last.
Okay. Save the best.
At number 3, we got the Lions, and he has them going 6-11, which...
It's doable. It's doable.
not
Okay,
happening.
This is the year.
That's their ceiling, I think. But whatever he says, he said that they've made tremendous leaps and bounds since Dan Campbell.
We all
I love it.
We all love Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell's great.
And they've added a lot of young and good people, and more importantly, their mentality has improved.
That's true. Jamal Williams,
Yeah.
he's like a morale booster.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I'm
He's got a
excited
fun name.
to see how Aiden
Fun
Hutchinson
name.
plays.
I
this
like
year.
Jamal's a fun name.
You like Jamal?
Yeah.
All right.
But he said overall they're a changed Detroit Lions team this year. And
I'll
definitely-
believe it when I see it. I hope it happens
Yeah.
though.
Detroit's
We'll see.
Detroit.
Yeah.
And coming in last, we got the Bears. Just a reminder, he is a Bears fan, and he says they're going 2-15.
There's no bias there. I mean, like there's no positive bias.
You need to read the entire description, just word for word.
Okay, here's word for word what he's got to say. I'm sorry for my other Bears fans like myself for what I am about to say. The Bears have officially reached the benchmark of a pitiful franchise. They lost basically everyone that was remotely good, and they're doing a full rebuild franchise-wise. They will not be good for a long, long, long time. And I don't see them beating anyone in the division, but I see them pulling off a couple surprise wins.
That's
A couple.
Yeah,
a couple.
I mean, Justin Fields.
That's about it.
Yeah,
And then,
he had a
and I
good
mean, like they
preseason.
had
Preseason.
They have that linebacker. I mean, I know he wants
no,
out, but he's
Roquan
still good.
Smith's just deciding
Roquan
to play.
he's deciding
He's
to
a
stay.
true professional. Like he's not like a baby about it. Like he wants what he wants, but like he has respect for his contract. Unlike a lot of people.
Did you just look at Pryce?
No,
Oh, I thought you said,
I didn't look at him.
A lot of people.
All right. Anyways, you good?
Yeah, so pretty much the Vikings at the top of the division there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm heading up. I got Panthers, Falcons, Saints, Bucks. I think honestly, everybody knows that the Bucks will probably win this division again. I mean, Tom Brady is like a timeless player. I mean, I like Tampa Tom. Historically, I'm a Colts fan, so I don't like New England Tom. I don't like the way he goes about things sometimes. But like honestly, they've got a good running back. I mean, a great defense. I mean, they're really stellar at retaining players. I mean, they just like Shaq Barrett and all those guys. Like, I mean, I don't know. They're just incredible to watch. So I have them going 12-5 because I think that honestly their receiving core might suffer a little bit. I mean, like guys like Cameron Brate and like Mike Evans, like I think that they're staple and they're consistent. I honestly am not sure about Chris Godwin.
I love Chris Godwin.
Oh yeah,
he can be a really good player.
He
when
can.
He gets hot.
But I mean, with that tear and everything.
Yeah, it's you never know what's going to happen.
A setback a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So I have them 12-5. I mean, they could do better. They could do better. They could do worse. You never know. Honestly, I mean, Tom Brady, I think he's going to be consistent, but
As always.
Well,
as always.
Here's one theory for me. Like I picked up Tom Brady in my draft, but
we know.
With the stuff in the preseason, I'm kind of wondering if this could be a low year for him.
You think he's going to bow out?
I mean, he is like
Not
47.
bow out, but I feel like the numbers that he's put up in Tampa so far, he's not gonna. He could, like, he's probably going to.
You don't think it's like sustainable?
But I don't think it's going to be sustainable for now on. That's kind of my theory on him.
That's an interesting.
Okay, people have been saying that though for the past like.
That's
10
true.
years.
Everybody says it. Yeah. But anyways, Saints. I have them going like 9-8. I think it's going to be like a traditional like Dallas Cowboys kind of. They can't go 8-8. Otherwise, I'd have them sitting there. I think it's going to be unimpressive. We don't really know. Like I love Jameis Winston personally. Like I love Jameis Winston. But Alvin Kamara, you don't know really what's going to happen with him. Is he going to get suspended?
Yeah, I think week 6 is supposed to be his like trial.
He's going on trial week 6.
He's not going to get suspended by the league, but he could get jail time, which would not be good for.
I mean,
not be good for his draft.
The guy he
for
beat
fantasy owners, that would not be good.
That was
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be there the whole season. Mike Thomas is another just like wild card. He hasn't played in a while. Personally, I don't think he's going to do much. And honestly, other than that, Chris Olave. Chris Olave
with a lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
Low.
He could be good, but like other than that, like I don't really know. Other than that, the offense is a little bit lacking, I feel like.
I think the defense is definitely going to carry him.
Defense.
They've made some noise in the offseason, so.
Oh yeah. I mean their defense it's usually credible.
What do you think about Michael Thomas coming back though? How do you think he's going to do?
I honestly don't think he's going to do much. I think it's once you're out like that long. I mean, like think about Deshaun Watson out like a year and a half, comes back to preseason, goes like 1 of 7 for 7 yards. Like, and honestly, that's just one preseason game. It doesn't mean much.
Julio Jones.
We're
going to see Julio Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, then I'm going to move on to the Falcons. The Falcons, I think that their offense is like, what? Yeah,
that's Falcons. All right, move on.
Hold on, no, their offense is like kind of restructuring. I mean, that addition of like Drake London, that could be something. They're kind of building around Kyle Pitts. Everyone can see there. Other than that, receivers are kind of. I mean, Calvin Ridley he's suspended.
So dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing for the NFL actually. 11 games for you know who and you know.
Yeah, but also, why would you go
not be named.
bet? Like I get like. It was on his own team, doesn't affect anything, but still, he should just kind of known better.
Well, yeah, he knows the rules, but still, it's a little bit of an unfair punishment. But mess with the NFL's money, like money is important. That's what you get usually. I have them pulling off like a couple of divisional wins, maybe once against the Panthers. I kind of feel like they'll get beat again. I don't think they're gonna. What
do you think about Marcus Mariota? Because isn't he starting?
Yeah, he's
Legend.
starting. Absolute
Greatest
legend.
quarterback to.
I'm
really-
glad to see him back.
The
Not
problem is like when you sit on the sideline with a clipboard and only go in for like fancy run plays, that tends to like have an effect on your consistency, like deep ball especially. Like most of it was just him running or throwing like really short passes. I'm not entirely sure. In Tennessee, he was meh, and I don't see any reason to suggest that he's gotten
better.
any better.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good at what he did in Vegas, but I don't know how well it's going to translate here. The Panthers, honestly, I think that I have them going 4-13. I don't know what their ceiling is. They're low, probably not much lower than that. I don't think. I mean, like Christian McCaffrey, you don't really know what's going to happen with him. If he's healthy, they're going to win more games.
If he sleeps in the wrong.
If he sleeps in the wrong position and he has a Liz Frank injury, yeah, I can see that happening. But honestly, it's on him. Darnold, didn't he just get injured?
He just got. Isn't it season-ending injury?
Season
or just
ending.
Like
I don't remember what exactly the injury was, but he got injured. And anyways, Baker Mayfield is starting. Baker Mayfield is in that cycle. He hates Baker Mayfield.
I want to see him succeed.
I want to see him succeed too, but he's always in the cycle of just like good. He's good,
Hot garbage.
arrogant, garbage. Everyone's talking about him, hyping him up, then he's good again, and it's just like a cycle. And honestly, I feel like the Browns. I mean, DJ Moore.
They kind of fed into it.
Yeah, DJ Moore is enough to like provide him a staple target, but I personally don't think Baker Mayfield is going to pan out. I want him to. And honestly, Christian McCaffrey, I'm willing to bet he's going to get injured again. And if that happens, they might not even go 4-13 unless it's way later into the season. But that's what I got. Anything else?
Kind of on the Panthers. I feel like their defense could be a bit better this year. Like I really like Brian Burns.
Yeah.
Has been a really good player.
They still have
ever
Jeremy
since he-
Chin, don't they?
I think so. Do they?
They still have Jeremy Chin. I'm pretty sure. But yeah.
Okay.
And their defense, I didn't really say anything about it because I don't feel like it's going to be any different. But like it's usually good enough to keep them in games. And then to keep them in games, you've got McCaffrey. You don't know what Baker's going to do. DJ Moore, like all those guys.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a toss-up. That's why I have them at 4-13. I don't think it's going to really work out, unfortunately. But
Who do you guys see? What is the word I'm trying to get? What is it? It's making it to that getting the certified spot in the playoffs.
out of this division?
In NFC.
Well, like the Rams.
Yeah.
Rams, Bucks, definitely. I feel like the Packers can pull it off if the receiving core comes together. You got to remember, he's got Aaron Jones, too.
Yeah.
Packers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
Yeah,
Jones
but-
is a monster. I mean,
And they
he's
have
nuts.
a good backup. Like their backup's good.
I mean, yeah, A.J. Dillon, too, carrying a lot of, like, the really tough running positions. The quad father, actually. I think he has the title of quad father. I mean, Earl Campbell, obviously, but, like, currently, it's not Saquon anymore. It's A.J. Dillon. But, yeah, Rams, Packers, I think definitely could. The Saints, I don't know. If
I don't know about-
Wild
'cause-
card. We could possibly
Wild
see
card.
Saints in the wild card.
Yeah.
J-Bo.
Cowboys, Eagles. I feel like the Eagles aren't gonna make it directly into the playoffs, but I feel like they definitely could easily make wild card this year.
You didn't? I thought you said they were going to win their division.
They're gonna win their division, but I feel like they're not gonna be the top NFC team.
Oh,
is what
okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
because
So
it's gonna be like Bucks or Rams.
Oh, okay,
is what
okay.
I'm
I was
trying to
confused
say.
for a second.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they couldn't make it. In
No.
the playoffs, so it's like-
I was saying they're definitely gonna make it to the playoffs, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna be
Like a
the
top.
top.
Well, yeah.
NFC.
I mean, we know that's probably going to be Rams, Bucks, just kind of like typical for the past few years. But anyways,
It's actually going to be the Bears.
you think you? Yeah. All right. I think that's about all the time we got. So, anything else? Got it? No. Well, be on the lookout for episode 3 and some of our shorts and our shorter videos coming out, and we'll see you then.
And hug a Bears fan.